Off-season time with Oklahoma State after our first season. Obviously, not a great season, but we split our last two games, so some positives, but that game against Colorado, obviously not a lot of negatives. And also, we lost so many players to the transfer portal, which I suppose should have been expected. Now, when we go to the roster, luckily those players have already been removed. All those players have already been removed. As you can see there, that quarterback's gone, everyone's gone. One thing that really annoys me about this game is after the last week, I guess, was players leaving. So why are there Brennan Presley should not be here. We're already through the players leaving phase, and it just doesn't give an accurate picture of what our roster looks like heading into off-season recruiting. But that's a whole other point. I need to go through and see how many people actually left and what positions are now needed, because we can go into the transfer portal now and see what we need. Probably a quarterback. I thought we would need some halfbacks, but I think we're going to be good now. We've got two people leaving, but we've still got three options. We got Oligor in the second, who's obviously going to start, and we just got to hope that Rodney Fields Jr. and Sesi Valahi grow. If Fields Jr. could get to and he's how do you call it? An impact development. So if he could get up to 73, 74 even, I feel like he could come off the bench and sort of help out, But there's definitely some weak spots, especially on the offensive line and defensive line, that we need to address. So I'm going to go through and just look at what positions we really need. Then we're going to take a look at the transfer portal. Probably going to be a bit of a longer episode since we have so much recruiting to do to try to set ourselves up for success in the next season. So yeah, a lot of going through menus and recruiting. But we need to do the work now so that when we start our first full season as the coach next year, we're ready to go. All right, I've kind of gone through our whole roster here. We need at least one person at every position, I think, either to improve or for depth purposes. There's a few positions that I marked that I'd like to add two people in the offseason, and that's quarterback, defensive tackle, and middle linebacker. Now, obviously, a lot of the positions I've marked, if we go over to our the recruiting screen, we've got a lot of this already done. For example, we've already got a tight end. I don't really think we need another one. We've got 3 tight ends returning next year, and then this would be the 4th one. So I think we're good there. So I'm going to go through, kind of edit my list of what we need, and then let's head to the transfer portal with a more focused, vision of what we need to look for. I was scrolling through our list, and this one hurts a lot. Is a 4-star recruit that we were going to get if we had one more week. And since our coach prestige went down to D+, we're going to lose him. So close to getting another 4-star that we desperately need on the defensive line. I'm going to keep him there just in case, but that one is rough. So after comparing my list to what we have here, basically determined we need to add, this is at least what we need to add from the transfer portal, is one quarterback to our list, because I want to get 2. We've already got someone on our list that we're actively recruiting. We need to get 2 defensive ends that we need to start recruiting from the transfer portal or the prospect list that's already out there, because we basically don't have any right now since we're no longer on that player I just showed. We have the deal breaker now. And then I'd like to add 1 defensive tackle and 1 middle linebacker. And then besides that, we're just looking for the best talent that we can find at any position. We can use players at any position on this team. So let's go to the transfer portal. We'll look through and we'll see what we find. Looking through the list of players that entered the transfer portal is insane. Jalen Milroe in the transfer portal. I saw some other, who did I see? Jeremiah Smith. What? Ryan Williams, what? Isaiah Bond, Nussmeier. I swear there were some other people. Yeah, UT's losing everybody. Golden, Baxter. I swear there was more. I mean, I won't go through everybody, but that's insane. I wish we could get someone. From those lists. I'm sure there's more on here, but wow. But yeah, none of them are interested in coming to Oklahoma State. That's for sure. Here's what's recommended to us, and we'll generally work through this list. Only 2 4-stars, so we'll go for them. And that's this halfback, Cedric Alexander, and PJ Williams from SMU. Cedric Alexander is at Vanderbilt. So that left tackle, definitely interested in. He's a sophomore. Cedric Alexander is also a sophomore. And then we've got this quarterback here from UConn. I don't know what his rating is going to be if we get him. He is a field general, but he's a freshman, crucially, which I think would be very helpful. As I said before, we have a quarterback on the list. We're actively recruiting already. Adding the Cole Welliver would give us the 2 that we want. Those are the 3 I see right off the bat. Beyond that, I'm just going to go through each position. We've got about 13 extra targets to play with, so let's just go by position. I think that's going to be the only quarterback we add, though, to be honest. I'm just going to go for Welliver. I don't want to have to split points between, because we've already got a quarterback there, so adding another one would be 3. Let's just go for Welliver. At halfback, we only really need one person, and I'd like to go for this 4-star. So that's the only halfback I'm adding, and we already got someone on the list. Don't need a fullback. At receiver, we've got someone already signed up who's a 4-star, and then a 3-star who are pretty much. But it doesn't hurt to look. You've got Nick Senecal from Montreal, but he's currently at Hawaii. I don't know if he's really worth looking at. I'll add him, but I'd much rather look at offensive line and positions like that. We've already got a tight end signed up, so I'm not looking at tight end. I am interested in offensive line, however. I'm not going to go for either of these 2-stars since we've already got some tackles, but definitely going to look at PJ Williams. At guard, what do we have here? 2 3-star options. I'm going to go ahead and add both. Yeah, let's add both just in case. We don't need a center, and there's no one there anyway. So I think that's a pretty good spread on offense. We do need 2 defensive ends, though. Unfortunately, only one here from Wyoming that's interested in us, and the rest are 2-stars. I might take a look at the prospect list once I'm done looking through the transfer portal, just to see if there's someone we missed or like a 3-star that we could get as a freshman. But we'll take a look at that after. I do want to add one more D tackle. Unfortunately, there's one 2-star, and he's not interested in us. I don't know that he'd be worth going for. So once again, I'm gonna look at the prospect list to try to fill that extra D tackle spot. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of good players interested in us. We don't need an outside linebacker though necessarily, so I'm not gonna waste the hours on a 2-star. We do want a middle linebacker. Luckily, Taekwon King is interested from Temple, so we'll go ahead and add him to the list. What do we got here? Cornerback. I would love to get a good cornerback. I'm going to add this 3-star Malcolm Bell from UConn. He's Alabama's first on his list by a long way, but we'll see what we can do. And then as far as free safety and strong safety are concerned, we don't need them right now. If there was a 4-star, I'd go for them, but I feel like we have enough players to look at that I don't want to dilute our hours by having too many people. So I think that's fine for now. I'm going to look for some defensive ends and D tackles just in the regular list. We'll see if anyone comes up. Nobody that's interested in us. So that's a little concerning. That's very concerning. All we can do is look for people that haven't, like this guy. He's a Pipeline State, Derek Burns. He's a transfer. Okay. He's in the transfer portal. Are there any like Brad Lincoln here? That might be a better option. Although this guy, but he's a 2-star. I think we might go for Brad Lincoln and maybe Shaquille Donnerson here. Both 3-stars. Or maybe, but I don't, so if Brad Lincoln is 603rd. Oh, but he's under athlete. Okay, excuse me while I just figure out what the hell's going on here. So these are 2-stars. Okay, I see. I'm going to go for Brad Lincoln and maybe DeAndre Adams. The only reason I do that is because Brad Lincoln's 36th at his position. Granted, it's athlete. And DeAndre Adams is 59th while Donnerson is 109th. So I'm going to add those 2. And then a D tackle. There's obviously not a lot of options there. I might add one of these people way down on the list just in case we need the extra options. I suppose I'll go for Peyton Jones. So now we got a ton of hours, 1,050. We've got a ton of players to apply those to. I'm going to kind of do that on my own. I don't think we're going to get Welliver. I mean, Alabama and Ohio State surely are going to get this guy, but we'll do our best. I'm going to assign the hours, and then we'll go through it and see what we come up with. And hopefully we can assign those hours as efficiently as possible to get as many of these recruits to Oklahoma State as we can. All right, I think I've assigned the hours pretty well. So we've got 50 and 50 on Coxie and Welliver. I don't think we're going to get Welliver, but we're going to try. I mean, how are we going to out-recruit Alabama and Ohio State, But maybe they're not interested in a transfer from, I forget where he's from, maybe UConn. And then we've got Cox here, who we have a visit scheduled for. For Cedric Alexander, I really want to get him. I mean, the other schools on this list, Baylor and Ole Miss and Kansas are big schools, but we're a big school too. We'll see what we can do. We'll see. I really want to get him. We've already got Greg Austin. I added Senecal here from the transfer portal, but honestly, just based on where we are with Alabama, I think I'm just going to stick with Gregory Austin and David Sousa. So those are the only two we have points for. We're all in on Austin Muse, and I really want PJ Williams. Once again, not huge schools there. Baylor is the only one that is on the same sort of reputation as us, and we're right in that fight. So hopefully we can get him. And then we've also all in on these two guards. Although Alabama is so far ahead on some of them, it's just really difficult. So for the DNs, all in with him, and then with Lincoln and DeAndre Adams, we're just going to see if there's any interest there from them, if we can get on their list somehow. Similar thing with D-tackle with Peyton Jones. We'll see if he's interested, maybe not. We've got 25 and we offered him a scholarship. Really want Dwayne Shepley. We've been recruiting him all year, although it's looking like Florida might sneak up and get him, but we scheduled him a visit for this week, so hopefully some good news after we advance. Middle linebacker, we're looking pretty good with Malik Crouch. Hopefully USC doesn't come out of nowhere and take him. And then Taekwon King, all in, see what we can do. At cornerback, we're pretty good with 2 recruits already, but we put 50 points in for Malcolm Bell. Although, once again, Alabama is just in the lead on everybody. And that's everyone. So that's our 1,050 hours. Let's advance, and hopefully we see some good progress in between weeks. Well, some good news to start. Dwayne Shepley, that D-tackle, is committed. So that's more hours, we get to spend. We only lose one person, and that's Brad Lincoln, who I'm not even sure that we had actually offered a scholarship to. We're not going to worry about this right now because we don't have the capacity to worry about that. And as you can see, our overalls for a lot of categories dropped dramatically. I wonder if those seniors have now left. And they have. So now this is all accurate except the year is wrong. So these are all going to be a year more once we get into the next year. But man, 82 overall after all the departures. 80 with our offense and 84 on defense. Only 2 quarterbacks. So clearly need to sign someone. We were all in. We've been all in on so many quarterbacks this year that have picked other schools. So frustrating. Need a halfback. Hopefully these two grow after their redshirt year. Really hoping that. But yeah, a lot of work to do. It was kind of hard to see how far behind we were with all the other players still mixed in. But now it's quite clear how far behind we are and how much work is needed to be competitive in the Big 12. Let's take a look and see how recruiting went. I'm a little nervous. Okay, we're still in the lead with Coxie. No one else is really even trying. I mean, all the other schools on there, no one we need to worry about. He already had his visit. It didn't seem to impact him much. But the real question is, where are we at with Welliver? We're now second, which we'll take that. I really want to put a hard sell on, but I don't want to guess. So we're not going to do that yet. But we can schedule a visit now. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll do pro potential. We had quite a few players go to the draft, so that's good. I don't think there's anything more we can do here. There is not. We've already got the hard sell. So we'll see what we do. Cedric Alexander, yes, we're in the lead. We can schedule a visit for this week. And we know one thing he likes, and we'll just take that, a B+. We'll take that for playing style. And we can't do a hard sell. With Azure, I'm really thinking about putting those 25 points elsewhere, although we do need running backs. Let me go through the list, and then we can come back to Azure if we've got extra points after. But so far, we're all in on everyone. Sousa, I think we're going to get him. Is it worth looking at Senecal? I don't think Alabama went up much. Now that we've got extra hours, let's just go ahead and send the house and see what happens. But I'm fine keeping 15 on Sousa for now. I'm at tackle. How about PJ Williams? We are in the lead. Anything more we can do, we can schedule a visit. Let's do that for this week, and we will do proximity to home. Cool. All right, things are going well, I would say. What about at guard? We're in the lead for both of them, and can we schedule visits for both of them? We can indeed. We'll do athletic facilities, and then Zotello, we'll do pro potential. Nice, and we're gonna run out of hours quickly with all these. How many visits do we have to schedule? Quite a few. Okay, I'm not gonna keep scheduling everybody I see. Let's just keep going down the list. That was the guards, but we're in the lead, so that's great news. At DN, Lincoln locked us out. Okay, that's fine. I'm still holding out hope that somehow we're going to get this guy, even though there's like a deal breaker, but realistically, I don't think we will. We definitely won't, because A&M is, I've seen it before where like, if we're the only school that's offered him a scholarship, even if the deal breaker is active, they'll still go to our school, even because we're the only school that offered them a scholarship. But since A&M has offered them, they will go to A&M, unfortunately. But with Harsh, we are very strongly in the lead. We can schedule a visit with him, but since we're so far in the lead, I don't think it's necessary. With Adams, we do need 2 DNs. Would it be worth going for Adams? I think it would. Let me look through the... no, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll send the house. And we'll actually take DM player off. Let's just see what 50 does. So we've got 35 points left. Oh, with Peyton Jones, we are falling quite behind to Purdue. I'm wondering if it would be worth it just to put the rest of our points on Peyton Jones. I'm thinking it might be. Or would it be better to schedule a visit for Taekwon King? But we would need to make up some more points for that. I'm going to put the remaining into Peyton Jones and see if we can catch up at all. If we remove this, so we can put 60 points into him. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and I just want to look at who's ready for a visit. Are we missing a visit that's really important? Probably Taekwon King is the most important, and Malcolm Bell. But we're in the lead, so really I'm not too worried about Malcolm Bell since it's like Michigan State, Oregon State. Those are still huge schools with Alabama down there as well. But we got Michigan right behind us for Taekwon King, so probably in a more precarious situation. Let's go ahead and advance the week. And we're on the verge of having some great recruits, and I'd really like to see some of them commit. So all in all, not bad news. We lost that D end who we were locked out of anyways. We kind of knew he was going to go to A&M, so at least it's good to have clarity there. But not locked out on anybody else, and we've got some first places here. The goal really is for oh man, look how much Alabama took the lead for Welliver. Not ideal at all. Peyton Jones were second. We went up, but Purdue still looking way in the head. Azure, at least we're on the list now. And DeAndre Adams, that D end, we are second. So let's get back into that screen and see how we can allocate our additional hours we now have. So we'll just go position by position. I think we're going to get Lionel Coxey. I don't know what we need to do to get him across the line so that he just commits, but he's coming to Oklahoma State. With Welliver, unfortunately, he is 100% going to Alabama, and there is nothing we can do about it. I'm tempted to look to see if there's any other quarterbacks that are worth getting. Here's a 3-star from Texas. We're third on his list. Is it worth going for him maybe just to have numbers? I think it might be. In fact, I think it is. Yeah, let's add him to the list. Why not? In fact, I'm just going to remove Cole Welliver, and I'm just going to put the 50 points on Centeno here. Just really for numbers' sake, We'll just put 50. We won't schedule a visit yet. Cedric Alexander, we're in the lead, and that is a tight race right there. We can add a hard sell, however. So let's go ahead and do that and increase our chances here. And all 3 of his interests align with things we are good at. So that is positive. hopefully, no one else is scheduled to visit. I mean, the team there I'm most worried about at this point is Ole Miss. So that's where this fight is going to be. And Azure, we're now 4th. Is it worth going to 50? Let's offer a scholarship. And let's go to 50. Why not? Let's just see what happens. A receiver. We've got Sousa. We went all in on Senecal last week. And look at that. We're now in the lead. So we'll keep that as it is. No problems there. You know, you can always use good receivers. PJ Williams still in the lead. Is there anything we can do more here? We can't add a hard sell yet. Can we add a hard sell on any of those receivers? I'm not going to put that many points towards him. We can't do that. But we can schedule a visit with Nick Senecal. We'll look at that after we go through every position, just who's available for a visit. With these two, I think we're going to get them. Hopefully, I don't think Rice is going to come back and mount a challenge for PJ Williams, hopefully. How are we doing at guard? Oh, we're doing very well at guard. Nice. Okay, this is good. DeAndre Adams. We'll remove Alu. Sebastian Harsh feels like almost a sure thing. He is the 3rd best prospect at left end, which is awesome. But I want DeAndre Adams. Should we add the 15 points? I believe we should just add 15 to max it out. We've got the hours to do so. With Peyton Jones, let's go ahead and schedule a visit. We are behind, but perhaps by scheduling a visit and maxing out, which would be to add 5, since we can't do a hard sell yet, maybe we can catch back up to Purdue. And middle linebacker, Crouch is looking great. I don't think he might commit after this week, in fact. And with Taekwon King, we're doing great as well. Probably should schedule a visit with him sometime soon. We can schedule at least 2 here, probably 3. We just need to make up 5 hours somewhere else, which I'm sure won't be too difficult. Malcolm Bell also well. Where can we get 5 hours to play with? Is that worth taking off of Muse? I want to make sure we get him. Maybe off of David Sousa here, just for 1 week at least. Has anyone else offered him? No. So I think we're going to get him. So anyways, let's go ahead and schedule 3 visits. The 3 that are most important. Let's call it Centeno, since we're behind. And we know he likes athletic facilities. Perfect. Probably Senecal is the closest. And then Malcolm Bell. Yeah, Senecal and then Bell. Hopefully we can get them all in the 3rd week. No, we can't. Once again, likes athletic facilities. We'll take that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And then who's the other person I said? Malcolm Bell? Yeah, let's do Malcolm Bell. Can he do it this week? No, it'll be the 4th week. And he also likes athletic facilities. Okay, cool. As far as top classes goes, we're actually, at least at the start of offseason recruiting, we're pretty high-ish. Yeah, we're 27th, which really isn't bad. I mean, in the Big 12 on a whole, we're 2nd behind TCU. I mean, those big schools, I mean, to be fair, Big 12 doesn't have, like, those schools that are, like, giant like they used to. But, I mean, we're 2nd, so we're doing well. Oh, man, Glenn Coates, that quarterback that we wanted, he went to TCU. He was a 5-star that I thought for sure we were going to get. Okay, that just pissed me off. So we're going to play against him at some point. We're going to have to prove him wrong. Anyway, let's go ahead and advance the week to the last week of offseason recruiting. See if we can get some of these players committed. And we do get 3-star left tackle Austin Muse, 3-star left guard Vincent Fiacable. Oh yeah, I hope there's a lot more to come. Sebastian Harsh. Oh, that's it? Oh, we lost somebody. Who's that? Oh, we weren't even recruiting him. That's fine. Let's see here. Who else do we have an update on? We're in first place for everyone except for Peyton Jones, which is going to be a difficult battle with Purdue, and DeAndre Adams, which is going to be a tough fight as well. Hopefully we can convince them. We've got 1 more week to do so, and then we'll see what happens. Let's go through for our last time this season. Centeno, wow, we didn't make up much ground there. Not as much as I was expecting. I mean, we had our visit and everything, so Most likely not going to get him, but we'll get Coxie, even though he's taken a long time to make his damn decision. Is there anything we can do to Centeno to convince him to? I mean, we could guess on his hard sell. Let's try. It could be that. It could be that. It could be that. It could be a few things, to be fair. It's not that. I think I'm going to go for... What was that one at the beginning? No, because that's not good. Honestly, none of the options are too great for us. We'll do that. Why not? Just to maybe do the most that we can do. Cedric Alexander. Oh, man. Ole Miss is close. But, yeah, I mean, there's nothing more that we can do here. We've got the max amount of hours. And then Nate Azur, nothing we can do either, except for maybe try to guess his hard sell, but I'm not going to try to do that. Edwards is out. That's fine. We're not going to get Lord. That's fine. Sousa will most likely get. I think Senecal will get. So nothing more to do at receiver, except for, I mean, let's just max him out. Why not? Just to try to ensure that he comes to Oklahoma State. Let's go for hard sell. Where is it at? There it is. Add 10. Cool. Okay, cool. PJ Williams. We'll get PJ Williams. I will say that now with certainty that we'll get PJ Williams. And we got Muse. So nice additions to our offensive line. And we're going to get some more nice additions because we will get Sotelo. At center, we're good. Is that a 4-star? No, 3-star at center. I really want DeAndre Adams. What can we do? We can schedule a visit this week. Can we add a hard sell? We can't. But let's schedule a visit for... Oh, man. Do we just guess? Let's guess pro potential. And let's just hope. Wait, what just happened? Why did it... Oh, that was for the visit. I thought we were adding a hard sell. I was confused. Ignore me. All right, let's see if we can get DeAndre Adams. I really hope so, because that would be huge for our D end. And once again, it's like Peyton Jones. What can we do? You know, we can add a hard sell. That's what we can do. Finally, but I don't think we're gonna get him. So we're gonna be pretty light at defensive line, to be honest, in recruiting, which is something. I mean, defensive line is an area that I really wanted to focus on, and we just weren't able to get it done, unfortunately. At 25. Get him up to 65. How are we doing at middle linebacker? Wow, Michigan came back a lot in 1 week. We'll schedule him. Can we do a hard sell? We can. So let's do a hard sell and schedule him this week, and hopefully that's enough to hold off Michigan on getting this recruit that I would quite like to have. There, that is. He's the 8th best middle linebacker right now in the class, and we'll schedule a visit for this week. He likes athletic facilities. We do too. Okay, cool. Hopefully we get both of them. Malcolm Bell, we can do a hard sell, so let's update that. I know this is a boring process, but it is vital that we do it. But it sure is time consuming. So this is going to be quite a long video. That's all right. So I think we're maxed out on everybody. I know we're not maxed out on him. Let's just max out everybody because we've got the hours to do it. And then I kind of want to do something a little bit cheeky, which is look for players that's everyone maxed out. Is there anyone we can schedule a visit for? No. So we're done. Everyone that we can max out is maxed out. I'm wondering if we can just go to the transfer portal and have a sneaky look at players that haven't been offered a scholarship, if there are any, and sneak in at the last minute and offer them. And since we're the only school that offered, like this guy, for example, Seth Wilford, we could get him by offering him a scholarship right now because no one else has offered him. So he'd be forced to come to our school. Now, do we want Wilford? I mean, he's the 10th best right tackle in this class. You know? So is it worth going out and getting him? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know at all. We've lost so many players through the transfer portal, though. that it almost feels worth it to just over recruit because there's no way we're gonna fill up everybody. So I'm gonna add him. Anybody else? Like this receiver right here is the 13th best receiver. He's 6'5" and a deep threat. Let's do it. Anybody in the teens of their positions? Another one here. Tysiert, Denmark. It's like, yeah, I mean, why not? From Penn State. I don't want to get too many receivers, but if they're in like under, like, look at this player right here. Tristan Warner, he's the 6th best strong safety. Oh, but he's been offered, so there's no point in trying that. He's the 20th best right end. I mean, we need DNs. I'll take them, you know? Here's a tight end. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll take them. We'll take them all. We'll at least offer them. We've got enough bad players that we can encourage to transfer that I'm not too worried about over-recruiting. I'm wondering if we can kind of do the same thing on the prospect list. I'm not going to spend too much time doing it because these players are going to be much worse, like in the 100s, 200s, etc. I don't know if this is really worth our time to do this. It's probably not. So we'll just leave it there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to offer all those players we just added scholarships and just hope that they would rather go to school on a scholarship than not. And then we'll just assign as many points as possible to them. And hopefully this works out and we get a lot of good extra players here after doing like no work to get them. So I'll go ahead and assign those hours until we are at 0, and then we'll advance so we can see what the hell happens. I'm hoping there's a lot of these screens to come right now. We'll see. We've got Malik Crouch finally committed. Cedric Alexander, yes, we get the 4-star halfback committed. Yes, we get the 4-star left tackle committed. Those are huge additions in the transfer portal. We get this left guard, so Tello, Taekwon King we get, huge addition. Malcolm Bell we get, huge addition. Lionel Coxey, great. Senecal, huge addition from the transfer portal. Seth Wilfred, that's one of the people that we offered a scholarship at the last minute. Finn Hogan, I think a lot of these players are. They were in the transfer portal. No one offered them a scholarship. We come into the last minute and be like, hey, we need depth. Come on. And they might be pretty good. Some of these players were like the 10th best players in the class. Did we cook here? I think we might have cooked, to be honest with you. We lost Azure to Missouri. Oh, and we go up a level. Almost 2 levels. But I just want to see who we lost. So Azure, we lost Anthony Johnson. Oh, that was one of those players we offered at the end. So but we lost Peyton Jones. But I feel like, did we gain any other D tackles? We did not. Okay. But I think overall a success, perhaps. Can we see what recruiting class we were? Okay, National Signing Day. That's going to be good to see. I won't go through everyone since we kind of already just did, but what? No. Cedric Hemphill he committed to us verbally. What? He switched? Did anybody else switch? They better not have. We just lost him. We lost him. He went to Arkansas. Okay, cool. Oh my God, I was going to freak out if we lost more people. We'll remove these people that went other places. And there you have it, our recruiting class this year. It's 27 players, which is pretty good. And I'm curious to see where we ended up. I mean, I think these 2 stars that we added at the end, I think they might turn out to be good. I think we might have cooked there. We'll have to see when we see the overalls of our team next year. But where do we land in the overall rankings of top classes? Oh, we went down. Oh, no, we're the same. 28. We will take that. And in the Big 12, we ended up 3rd. Colorado had a good off-season recruiting with 1 5-star. But, hey, we got 1 5-star too, and so did TCU. But I think we can be happy with that. We finished last in the Big 12, but we recruited 3rd. So we will 100% take that. Now, this is the exciting part where we get to see some of the overalls of the freshmen. And then next week, we'll get to see how how people grew in the offseason. But let's take a look at position changes first. I generally don't make changes here because I'd rather just do it with the depth chart later, but let's take a look. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly just to look at the freshmen we got. Lionel Coxey, 67 rated. However, we're going to redshirt him. I think we can get by with 2 quarterbacks. We're going to redshirt him, and hopefully he's able to grow quite a bit that first year. Cedric Alexander comes in as an 82 rated, so he'll take over next year after Ollie Gordon II graduates. That is awesome and gives us some time to develop these recruits down here. Perfect way to deal with that. I don't care about fullback at all. Wow, Gregory Austin, that true freshman, he's actually 4th. Now, after growth, he probably won't stay there. Sousa's down there at 61 rated. Jeez. Nevis comes in as a true freshman, the top tight end. We'll see how the players below him progress. But yeah, I got a lot of, I mean, the 3 stars and 4 stars, the 3 stars at least, they're not going to be too great. We're going to be looking at them for the future. We had a freshman center, and he's not there. That's a little scary. Where did he go? Wait, is he just not there? What the hell? Where did he go? Did he commit to a different school and I just didn't see it? That would be horrifying. Jake Skaggs, 75 rated as a true freshman. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at PJ Williams. He's 81 rated. That is great for us to have someone in the 80s on the offensive line. I'm really tripped out about that center, though. Do I need to make any position changes on the offensive line? Oh, that center kills me. Maybe we'll take one of these left guards and make them a center. Like Fiacable, maybe. Or maybe Skaggs can start right away at center, although I'd like to redshirt him. Let's put Endine at center. No, let's put Fiacable at center as a senior. How would he be at center? Oh wait, that's not who I wanted to select. Let's go Fiacable. Center 72. We'll just make that change to have a backup center. I'm really annoyed by that. Whatever. At left end, is he? I think we got him from the transfer portal. He looks pretty good. No true freshman. We didn't get any true freshmen at the end. Dang. But we did get like this guy. I think one of these, was it Pugus? I think we got him in the transfer portal. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I'm not sure. Like one of those last 2 stars. Shepley comes in. We're going to have to redshirt him and just run with 2 D tackles this year, which it is what it is. Crouch 66 rated. Taekwon King comes in as a senior. You know what? I know it's unrealistic, but do we think about... we can't redshirt him. No, we can't do it. We will redshirt... Do we redshirt Coronado? I mean, he would be a day 1 starter as a 5-star recruit. Maybe we don't. Heredera is not that good, but Malcolm Bell is all of a sudden like our second best corner. We'll go over all of this later in the first episode of the next season. We'll redshirt Teamer. He's going to be good. And then next year we're going to have to look for a new kicker. But there you go. I'm not going to make any position changes. The real exciting part is next week where we see how our players grew over the course of the offseason. All right, we've got the training results. I'm going to go position by position. I'm not looking at anything yet because I don't want it to be spoiled. Oh man, I just took a brief glimpse. It goes down to the 70s so quickly. Definitely got worse. 83 overall, 82 offense, 85 defense. But it's all about how we bounce back. And I think this next year is going to be huge for us in terms of recruiting and setting this team up the way we want it to be set up. And at quarterback, we are light. 70. I mean, to be fair, last year our quarterback was 79 rated. So to have a 77 rated is not as bad. Let's take a look at his player card. This is going to be our starting quarterback this year, Garrett Rangel. He was a 3-star. He's an improviser. How's his accuracy? Medium's not great, but short and deep are not bad. How's his quickness? Not bad either. Where's break sack? There it is at 70. Okay, not horrible. His medium throw accuracy could definitely use some work. We're gonna make it work with Garrett Rangel. Not who we wanted to be starting this year as our backup quarterback. and our quarterback of the future left in the transfer portal. But, you know, it is what it is. I messed up. I didn't mean to back out of there. Let's go to halfback and see how that looks. Ollie Gordon the second up to 96, which is awesome. And look at that. Rodney Fields Jr. up to 75. That's exactly the kind of growth we were expecting from him. He is an impact development. He's went from like 67 to 75. And look at that acceleration and speed. 90. Has more speed than Ollie Gordon and almost the same acceleration, same agility, better change of direction. So he's looking like he's going to be good. He's got 3 more years to develop. Don't care about fullback. Not a lot of growth from our wide receiver room, to be honest. I think Shetron grew quite a bit, but unfortunately not much else. I was excited for Cameron Hurd to grow more, but didn't. Oh man, and tight end is weak. Our true freshman is going to start at tight end this year. He is the best tight end we have. At left tackle, 69 rated. Okay, and Dean goes up to 76. That's a huge. He was like 68 before, so that's good. Kowecki goes up to 76. That's good progression. Good progression at right guard as well. McKinney's up to 80 overall as a junior, which means for a senior he might go a bit more. Not anything of huge note here on the defensive line. Everyone's pretty much in the mid 70s, and defensive tackle as you would expect. Anything of note? Whoa, Nick Martin up to 97 rated. That is pretty awesome to have two. We have 2 incredible players on our team, in Ollie Gordon and Nick Martin, but just not the supporting cast to really assist them in any huge way. Cam Smith doesn't grow at all, I don't believe. That is unfortunate. And our cornerback room is not looking good. Epps grew at free safety, so he's going to be good, and a strong safety. Rawls didn't grow at all. Okay, kicker doesn't grow, punter doesn't grow. It's all right. We've got 40 points in coach skills. I've done previous dynasties where I focus more on the tactician branch. And since I was like tactician and then I did recruiting, I'd like to take a look at like motivator and talent developer. So I'm gonna put a couple of points into recruiter, and then I'm gonna put the rest in talent developer and motivator just to see what that is and if we can utilize that well. And we're on the encouraged transfer screen, but we've only got 77 players out of a maximum of 85, so no need to do anything here. We'll keep Shea Frybaum on the team, even though he's 58 rated, and this fullback as well, because no need to encourage transfers at this point, and we're not changing any conferences, so let's continue. And here we are at the preseason. Time to end this episode. Hit the like button and subscribe. Comment for any suggestions you have. We'll get into our recruiting board for next year. Oh God, more recruiting. I need a break. But we'll set up our recruiting board, set our depth chart, figure out who we're going to redshirt, look at our schedule. By the way, found something pretty crazy. Well, but first of all, we're first for the Heisman with Ollie Gordon the second. His overall is so high. And also Nick Martin, 96 overall, preseason first team All-American. We'll see if we have anyone else here. Well, Ollie Gordon the second should be, and Nick Martin. We've got 2 players. That's pretty good. Anyone on the second team? I doubt it. The quality in terms of overall drops off pretty quickly on our team. We're not in the preseason 25. I imagine we're going to be last in the Big 12, at least in any projections. But the thing I wanted to show you was, look at this. Jalen Milroe goes to UT. Quinn Ewers went to the NFL. So Jalen Milroe starting there. There were some other crazy things I saw, like Nuss Myers at Georgia. Just some funny things happened in the transfer portal. Anyway, we'll end the episode there. Like I said, hit the like button and subscribe. We'll see you for our preseason episode next time. I just realized that the volume setting for the drums in the background was like pretty high for the first all of that so far. I just turned that down. It gets a little unbearable after a while, but we went ahead and put our recruiting board together. I made a list of all the players we need. Let me pull it up. Basically, there's some, it's worse this year. So I said we need 1 quarterback, a halfback, basically 1 of everything. We don't need safeties. So 1 of everyone except for safeties, except for fullback, except for punter. Then at wide receiver, we've got so many seniors. We need 3 receivers, I think. We need 3 DNs. This is just to replace seniors that are leaving. 3 DNs, 3 D tackles. We need 3 outside linebackers and 4 corners. What a difficult task we've got here. So I went ahead and put a recruiting board together the best we could. I'm just going to go through each position one by one. I do want a quarterback for the future. It feels that we don't really have that at the moment. So there was only one recommended and one 4-star or higher that actually has us on his list. And that's here Taylor Watkins, 4-star field general. So I added him to the list. There's also this 4-star. He's not on the list, but he's in Texas, so we've got some pipeline boosts. And then there's this 4-star Vi Fujita, who the game recommended that we look at. Now, we've got 65 hours for quarterback now. I went ahead and upgraded that part in the coach tree. So I might, just for like a week or two, just see what we can do with Vi Fujita. And maybe we could swing that. If we could get a 5-star recruit, that would be incredible. At halfback, basically there's this 4-star Kevin Wrights and this one as well that I added, although we're not on his list. So we'll probably prioritize Kevin Wrights. He's a better player anyway. At wide receiver, we need 3 people. So I just added all of these people on our list. This is a 2-star. We're just at the top of his list. If we need depth at the end of the year, we can definitely go for him. But until we get to that point, these are the 4 we're going to be going for. Probably Toomer is going to be the most difficult to get since we're starting at the bottom of his list. We need 1 tight end. I like that he can catch passes and is not just a blocker. We're going all in on Rashad. At tackle, yeah, once again, it's just like it's not with the offensive line at this point. It's not an issue of depth. Like we have players, it's an issue of quality. So we're going to be looking for only 4 stars or above. I'm not even sure why I added this 3-star because I really only want 4 stars. So we'll definitely put a lot of energy into getting Caleb Ames, and we'll see if I thought it was going to be Jeremy Fallon wants to come to Oklahoma State. So same sort of thing with guard. We'll mostly prioritize this 4-star that's interested in us. And then, once again, not to repeat myself, but we need that for centers as well. We've got 3 4-star options. So maybe one of them can shift over and play a different part of the line if it comes to that. But I'm definitely not going to turn down any 4 stars. At DN, like I said, we need 3. Only 2 are interested that are 4 stars and above. That's Bobby Cobb and Nick Estandia. But I'm also looking at Britton Smith. He's a 5-star. We'll see if maybe we just put 65 on him if we can make any progress with getting him to commit to the Cowboys. D-tackle, we need 3. Not a single person, D-tackle, is interested in us. I think there might have been 1 3-star, but we really want 4 stars. So I added 3 4-stars. We'll see if any of them we can convince. I think this guy here, Tyler Francisco, not a lot of big teams on his list, so should be easy to move up. Cam Regis, there are some big teams, and Jay Whitman as well. After I go through all of this, I'll do it off camera. I'm just going to basically offer scholarships to everyone that I really want, and we'll scout as many people as we can in positions that are important, and then we'll kind of give an update when we advance the week and see where we're at with everybody and what our priorities are going to be going forward. It's hard to say what the priorities now before we get a chance to make initial contact with the recruits and then see how they respond. So that's what we'll do next in the next episode, just to kind of summarize what happens after this first recruiting effort. At outside linebacker, we need 3 people. These 2 are interested. John Beach isn't. It's sort of the same thing for each position. We've got a couple players that are interested and a couple aren't. I really want to prioritize 4 stars and above. And no 5 stars are interested. So really just 4 stars. We need a ton of cornerbacks. Our top 5 starting cornerbacks are all graduating. So definitely need to spend a lot of time there. Don't need safeties, luckily, but we do need a kicker. This is the number 1 kicker in the class. I'm just going to go all in right at the start, and hopefully we just get him. Maybe not all in. I'll probably put 25. And hopefully we can. In fact, I'm just going to offer him a scholarship now. I'm not going to scout him. I don't see the point in that. So let me go through and do all of the recruiting stuff. We got 870 hours to spend this sort of preseason. So let's see what we can do. Then we'll take a look at the schedule and we'll get into the season. And here's our schedule for the year. It's a weird one. The reason it's weird is because there's 4 away games in a row to start our conference season, and 5 home games in a row to end our conference season. So don't know why they do that, but to kind of mix it up here, we put a home game there, and then 2 away games to start, just so we don't start the year with a ton of away games. But that's what we're going to do. First week, we're going to UTEP, which is a cool stadium, so we don't mind that. Plus, should be, I mean, in theory, it should be an easy game, but they had a better conference record than us last year, so, and the same record overall. San Jose State also should be an easy game for a Big 12 school, but really it's not. They were better than us last year. And then we go to we host ranked North Texas, who were 13-1 last year, 20th in the country. And then there's our Big 12 schedule. We'll go to Texas Tech, to Kansas, to UCF, and Arizona. And then we'll host those schools there, highlighting number 12, Kansas State. Lastly, let's look at the depth chart and see, make sure everyone's in the right starting place. So Garrett Rangel is going to take the starting quarterback role this year. We went ahead and put some of our coach upgrades into tactician for quarterback because we just want him to play better than he is. So I think we'll continue to do that throughout the course of the season to make Rangel as good as he possibly can be. Obviously, Ollie Gordon II is starting at halfback with Cedric Alexander sort of helping out when he gets tired. Not worried about fullback. There's our wide receiver core. Yep, it is what it is. Not great, but we do have an 86 rated DeJon Stribling there with Shetron, 92 speed, not bad. I also have to redshirt. It'll just be all of the true freshmen. I decided we're going to redshirt. Even though like Nevis is technically our highest rated tight end, I'd rather prioritize the future and let him grow this year rather than utilize him now in a year where we are not going to be that good. So it'll actually be Shetron and Drummond at tight end. Want to make sure the offensive line is all set up. So we got the offensive line sorted out. It's a little bit weird because we're lacking so much depth. But PJ Williams on the left tackle. We've got, who do we got? Dotson at left guard, even though he's a right guard. But it kind of works out. 77 rated Zotello at right guard, who's really a left guard. There are different overalls for left guard and right guard. They should really be different positions, but it is what it is. Kowecki at center. And then we've got McKinney at right tackle. On the defensive line, it's sort of a similar situation, but we've got Harsh here for 80 overall. And at right end, we're going to have Oates at 81. And then D tackle, we've got a Kirkland 82 and Kelly. We've only got 2 D tackles because the other one's redshirted. So going to have to kind of struggle through the year at that position a bit. At left outside linebacker, we've only got one. It's Kendall Daniels. On the right, we've got Ike Esonwune. He's 74 rated. You know what? Should we start Taekwon King? Because he's technically our third middle linebacker. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Like that. And then a middle linebacker, we've got Nick Martin, obviously, and then Gabe Brown as sort of our second option. Cornerbacks, just exactly who you'd expect. And then free safety, we got Epps, 82 rated. Hopefully he grows more for his senior year next year. Then we've got the senior Lyric Rawls. The rest is pretty obvious. The most important thing, I guess, is that our kick returner is going to be Rodney Fields Jr., and he'll be our punt returner as well. I went ahead and redshirted everybody that should be redshirted, and now it's time to get into the season. So we'll go ahead and end the episode there as I advance the week. So yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode for our first game of the second season. It's going to be exciting. Only one recruiting update. We'll also have a ton of updates about that as well. Leave a comment for any suggestions, and we'll see you for our first game.